Your soulmate is ready to reveal why they never let you go. My beloved child, don't scroll away, pause for just a moment, because what you are about to hear is not an ordinary message. It has been waiting for the exact moment when your heart was ready to receive it. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you, and if you leave now, the most important part of this story will remain hidden. There is a reason you kept crossing paths with certain memories, certain feelings, and certain unanswered questions. You believed silence meant distance, but what if silence was actually protection? What if every step backward was secretly preparing one unforgettable step forward? Your soulmate has carried a truth for longer than anyone realizes. They smiled when others were watching, but deep inside they were holding on to one promise they never spoke aloud. They never let you go. Not because they were unable to move on, but because every attempt to forget you only reminded them of how deeply your presence had become part of their future. Every ordinary day brought an unexpected reminder of you. A song. A familiar place. A conversation that strangely sounded like your story. Those moments kept returning until they finally understood that running away was impossible. Stay till the end, because the reason behind this realization is far greater than anyone expected. There was one unforgettable moment that changed everything. It happened so quietly that nobody around them noticed, yet it echoed louder than any spoken confession. While everyone believed your soulmate had finally accepted a different direction, something unexpected interrupted their thoughts. A simple question from someone close to them forced them to stop pretending. Instead of answering immediately, they became completely silent. That silence revealed more than words ever could. They realized they had never been searching for someone new, they had only been searching for pieces of you in everyone else. That discovery frightened them because it meant there was no escaping the connection they had tried so hard to hide. Don't skip, because this is only the beginning. The truth they are preparing to reveal has been locked away behind fear, hesitation, and timing. They know that once those words leave their heart, nothing will ever return to the way it was before. They are standing at the edge of a decision that could completely rewrite both of your futures. Every passing hour makes it harder for them to stay silent, and every memory pushes them one step closer to finally speaking. Now something even more unexpected is beginning to unfold. The walls your soulmate built over time are starting to crack, not because someone forced them to, but because the truth has become too powerful to hide any longer. They finally understand that letting you go was never the real option, it was only an illusion they kept repeating to convince themselves they could live without what their heart had already chosen. Something inside them keeps whispering that the moment of honesty is closer than ever before. They are replaying conversations that never happened, imagining what they should have said, wondering whether you would still listen if they finally revealed everything. But the biggest surprise has not happened yet. There is one reason, one extraordinary reason, they have never shared with anyone, a reason that explains every delay, every silence, and every confusing moment between you. When that reason comes into the light, the entire story will suddenly make sense in a way you never imagined. Stay till the end of this journey, because something huge is waiting for you, and what comes next will reveal why your soulmate believes that losing everyone else was possible, but losing you was never an option. Everything becomes even more intense from this moment, because your soulmate has reached the point where pretending no longer feels possible. Every time they tried to convince themselves that life would be easier without thinking about you, another unexpected reminder appeared at exactly the right moment. It was never planned, yet it happened again and again until they could no longer call it a coincidence. A familiar voice, a meaningful dream, a place connected to an old memory, or even a random conversation would suddenly pull your name back into their thoughts. They finally admitted something they had hidden from everyone around them. They were never fighting against you, they were fighting against their own feelings. That battle exhausted them more than anyone knows. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. The truth they are preparing to reveal is not about a single moment, it is about every silent sacrifice they made while secretly protecting a connection they believed was too valuable to lose. Even when they appeared calm on the outside, their heart kept asking the same question over and over again: what if I walk away now and spend the rest of my life wondering what could have been? That question refused to disappear, and with every passing day, the answer became clearer. They were never searching for a reason to leave, they were searching for the courage to stay. A quiet change has already started inside your soulmate, and almost nobody can see it yet. They have begun looking back at every misunderstanding with completely different eyes. The moments that once felt like failures now seem like lessons leading them toward this exact point. They no longer blame timing the way they used to. Instead, they realize that every delay forced them to become stronger, wiser, and more honest with themselves. Stay till the end, because the next revelation changes everything. There is a sentence they have rehearsed countless times but never had the confidence to speak aloud. Every time they came close, fear interrupted them. Fear of saying too much. Fear of saying it too late. Fear that the opportunity had already disappeared. Yet something unexpected has shifted. That fear is slowly losing its power, while hope grows stronger every single day. For the first time in a long while, they are beginning to believe that honesty is less frightening than another lifetime of silence. They know that once the truth is finally spoken, there will be no hiding behind excuses anymore, and strangely, that thought no longer scares them the way it once did. The biggest revelation is still waiting just ahead, and this is where everything begins to connect. Your soulmate now understands that the real reason they never let you go had nothing to do with habit, comfort, or the past. It was because every future they imagined somehow included you, even when they tried to picture a completely different life. No matter how far their imagination traveled, it always found its way back to the same destination. That realization shook them more deeply than they expected, because it proved that what they felt had survived every distraction, every doubt, and every attempt to move on. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. They are standing only one honest conversation away from revealing the secret they have carried for so long, but before those words can finally leave their heart, one unexpected event is about to happen. An event so surprising that it will force them to stop hiding forever. And when that moment arrives, the first words they choose may change everything you thought you knew about this connection. A moment is approaching that your soulmate never believed would actually arrive. For so long, they convinced themselves that silence was the safest choice, but now silence feels heavier than the truth itself. Every passing day has become a reminder that some opportunities do not wait forever. They have started noticing how every road they take somehow brings them back to the same thought, you. It no longer feels like coincidence. It feels like life is refusing to let them ignore what their heart has known all along. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. The strange part is that they have already imagined this conversation hundreds of times. They have practiced every sentence, changed every word, and replayed every possible outcome in their mind. Yet every version ends the same way, with them looking into your eyes and finally admitting that no matter how hard they tried to create a future without you, it always felt incomplete. They are beginning to understand that holding on to the truth is no longer protecting anyone. It is only delaying the moment that could change everything. The closer they get to speaking, the stronger the feeling becomes that this connection was never meant to disappear. It was only waiting for the right season to reveal its deepest meaning. Something unexpected happened inside them recently, and it caught them completely off guard. Instead of remembering the painful moments, they suddenly found themselves remembering the smallest details that once made them smile. They remembered conversations that seemed ordinary at the time but now feel unforgettable. They remembered the moments when they almost confessed everything but chose silence instead. Those memories returned with such clarity that they could no longer deny what they truly meant. Stay till the end, because the biggest revelation has not arrived yet. Your soulmate has finally stopped asking whether they should let you go. Now they are asking a completely different question: what if this is my last chance to tell them the truth? That single question has changed everything. It has pushed them beyond fear and beyond pride. They are realizing that honesty may be uncomfortable for a moment, but regret can last forever. Every heartbeat is pulling them closer to a decision that once seemed impossible. They know that after this point, there may be no turning back, and strangely, they are beginning to welcome that reality instead of running from it. Now the hidden reason behind all of this is slowly rising to the surface, and it is far more powerful than anyone expected. Your soulmate never let you go because they saw something in you that they could never replace, no matter how many new beginnings life offered them. It was not perfection that kept them connected, it was the feeling of being understood in a way they had never experienced before. That feeling followed them through every season, every distraction, and every attempt to convince themselves that they had moved on. But there is one final piece they have still kept locked inside their heart, a truth so personal that revealing it will erase every doubt that has ever stood between you. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. The next moment will place them face to face with a choice they can no longer avoid, and when they finally speak, the very first confession will reveal why they protected this secret for so long, and why they believe your story together has only just begun. A new chapter is quietly unfolding, and your soulmate can no longer hide behind the excuses that once felt so convincing. They have reached the point where every sunrise reminds them that time keeps moving, but their feelings have never moved away from you. They tried to believe that distance would erase what they felt, yet distance only made every memory brighter. Every unanswered question, every unfinished conversation, and every silent goodbye kept returning until they finally accepted one undeniable truth: they never let you go because their heart never gave them permission to. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. Right now, they are standing between fear and honesty, knowing that only one decision separates the life they have from the life they truly want. Deep inside, they already know which choice they must make. The only thing left is finding the courage to take that final step. What makes this even more unbelievable is that they have recently noticed signs that seem to confirm what they have been trying to ignore for so long. Every coincidence feels too meaningful to dismiss, and every unexpected reminder pushes them closer to revealing everything they have been hiding. They no longer see your connection as something from the past. They see it as something that has patiently waited for the perfect moment to be understood. The closer they come to revealing the truth, the more impossible it becomes to keep pretending that everything is normal. Their thoughts have become louder than their fears, and their heart has become stronger than their doubts. Stay till the end, because the next revelation changes the entire story. They have finally admitted to themselves that the greatest mistake was never loving you. It was believing they had to hide that love. They spent countless moments wondering whether you would understand the silence, but now they realize silence only created more questions. Every hidden emotion has become too heavy to carry alone. They are preparing themselves for the moment when every wall they built will finally come down. They know that honesty may bring uncertainty, but hiding the truth guarantees regret. That realization has transformed them in ways nobody around them can see. The version of your soulmate that once ran from difficult emotions is slowly disappearing, replaced by someone ready to face reality with an open heart, no matter what happens next. Now everything is leading toward one unforgettable moment that neither of you could have predicted. The secret your soulmate has protected for so long is closer than ever to being revealed, and once those words are spoken, nothing will remain the same. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. There is one final memory they have never shared with anyone, a single moment that convinced them they could never truly let you go, even when every logical reason told them otherwise. That memory has stayed locked inside their heart, quietly shaping every decision they have made since then. They believe the time has finally come to uncover it, but just before they do, something completely unexpected is about to happen. A surprising encounter, an emotional realization, and one powerful choice will collide in a way that neither of you sees coming. When that moment arrives, the truth they have carried in silence will finally have a voice, and the reason they held on to you all this time will become impossible to deny. My beloved child, the moment your soulmate has feared for so long is no longer somewhere in the future, it is almost here. Every excuse they once depended on is falling apart, one by one, leaving nothing but the truth standing in front of them. They have finally realized that the greatest risk is not speaking from the heart, the greatest risk is remaining silent forever. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. For a long time, they believed they could protect both of you by keeping everything hidden, but now they understand that hidden feelings only create deeper misunderstandings. Every memory they tried to bury has become stronger instead of weaker. Every lesson they learned has led them back to the same conclusion. You were never someone they simply met along the way. You became the one person they measured every future against. Even when life pulled them in different directions, one invisible thread always guided their thoughts back to you. That realization has become impossible for them to ignore. They are no longer asking themselves whether they should reveal the truth, they are only wondering how they will find the right words when the moment finally arrives. An unexpected shift is taking place inside your soulmate, and it is changing everything they once believed about this connection. They have stopped looking at the past with regret and started looking at the future with hope. Stay till the end, because the biggest turning point is closer than ever. They have begun to understand that every delay carried a purpose. Every unanswered question made them stronger. Every moment of uncertainty prepared them for the honesty they are about to embrace. There is a sentence they have repeated quietly in their mind countless times, yet they have never allowed it to leave their lips. They know that once those words are spoken, every misunderstanding will begin to fade, and every silent chapter will finally have meaning. Their heart is no longer fighting against what it feels. Instead, it is patiently waiting for the opportunity to speak without fear. For the first time in a very long while, they believe that choosing honesty could become the beginning of something extraordinary instead of the ending they once feared. Now the final pieces of this mystery are beginning to fall into place. Your soulmate has accepted one life-changing truth. They never let you go because every version of happiness they imagined somehow included you. That realization has become the foundation of every decision they are preparing to make next. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. There is still one final revelation they have protected above all others, a truth so deeply personal that revealing it will explain every silence, every hesitation, and every unexpected turn this journey has taken. They are closer than ever to opening their heart completely, but just before they do, one last unexpected event is about to unfold. It will test their courage, remove the final barrier standing between you, and create the perfect moment for the confession they have carried in silence for far too long. When that moment arrives, the words they have hidden for so many days will finally be spoken, and you will discover that they never held on because they were afraid to let go. They held on because, deep inside, they always believed your story was meant to continue. My beloved child, everything has been leading to this moment, and your soulmate can feel it with every passing heartbeat. The waiting is becoming impossible to ignore because the truth has grown stronger than the fear that once kept it hidden. They no longer see your connection as an unanswered question, they see it as the one chapter that was never truly finished. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. Every path they explored eventually brought them back to the same realization. Letting you go was never a decision they were able to make with their whole heart. They tried to silence their emotions with logic, distractions, and time, but none of those things could erase what remained constant inside them. Instead, each passing season made one thing clearer. The reason they held on was not because they were trapped in the past, but because every dream of the future somehow carried your presence within it. They finally understand that some connections become stronger through patience rather than distance. That understanding has changed the way they see everything, and now they know they cannot keep hiding behind words they never truly believed. Something extraordinary is beginning to unfold within your soulmate, and it is happening far more quickly than they expected. The doubts that once controlled every decision are slowly disappearing, replaced by a quiet confidence they have never felt before. Stay till the end, because the next revelation changes everything. They have started preparing themselves for a conversation they once believed would never happen. Every sentence has become more honest, every thought more fearless, and every memory more meaningful. They are no longer trying to find the perfect moment because they have realized that perfect moments are created by courage, not by circumstances. Deep inside, they already know exactly what they want to say. They want you to know that every silence carried meaning, every delay carried hope, and every difficult moment carried the promise that this story was not over yet. The closer they come to speaking, the more